I'm really surprised that I'm not hearing more resellers talk about eBay this week after they quietly made a little announcement that's going to have a huge impact on anyone selling on their platform and promoting listings after January 13th of next year. If you're new here, my name's Annette. I'm a fashion reseller and I specialize in reselling accessories on this account, but I also talk about big reselling news and reselling strategy. So eBay's big announcement takes place January 13th of 2026, and it's going to be a new way that eBay defines promoted listings. So currently there's two ways that eBay attributes sales to promoted listings. There's direct sales attribution, which is when a buyer clicks on your listing and buys it. And then there's halo attribution, where they may have clicked on it, but they didn't actually buy it. Maybe they came back later and bought the item or bought something else from you in your store. In both of those cases, eBay actually did something to promote your listing to a buyer, but now they'd like to add a third way that they attribute listing sales to promoted. And that is just by having anyone click on your listing within a 30-day period. If you had promotions turned on, it's going to count as a promoted listing. And this is really crazy and mind-boggling that anyone would accept this, because it basically means that anything that you have promoted listings turned on, it's going to count as a promoted listing sale, and you're going to pay a fee on it, whether or not eBay actually did any extra work promoting your listing. At this point, eBay might as well just increase the platform fee for everybody and save us the headache of all this back and forth about how listings are promoted and promotion attribution, because nobody is being fooled by this extra fee that essentially sellers will have to pay to get priority placement now on their site. It's basically just an extra flat fee with a marketing label slapped on it. At least before, you could say there was a cause and effect, that eBay was promoting your listing to buyers and that's why you were getting more sales and that's why you were paying the fee. But now anyone who clicks on your listing, it's going to count as a promoted listing. And in fact, when they piloted this in Germany earlier this year, last year, sellers in Germany saw a jump from about an average of 52% of sales attributed to promoted listings to 80% of sales attributed to promoted listings. That's a huge jump in ad fees. But meanwhile, they didn't actually make any more sales than they normally did. So why more people aren't up in arms about this in the reselling community, I couldn't tell you, because I don't rely on eBay for the majority of my sales, and it would bother me a lot if I promoted anything on there. But as you guys know, I don't promote and I don't have a store over there. If you're a fashion reseller like me, does it make sense for you to continue to pay promoted listing fees over on eBay when you've got great places like Depop where there's no seller fee and you've got a huge community of people interested in fashion and wanting to buy fashion? You've also got Poshmark, you've got Grailed, you've got Mercari. I mean, combined, all of these marketplaces have similar, if not better, exposure than eBay at this point for way less money. What I think is funny is that in their announcement, eBay goes back to the beginning and says they introduced promoted listings to help sellers reach more buyers. But with this new attribution sales model, are they actually doing anything more for this extra money to help sellers reach buyers? Or are they just pitting them against each other so that they'll see who can pay the most to get that premium placement? If eBay's your main platform, comment below about what your thoughts on this are and how this will affect how you approach listing or not on eBay in the future. As always, thanks for watching and happy thrifting.